All right. Hello and welcome to the Holy Hour podcast, the bi-weekly all cure podcast. I'm Gavin and I'm joined by Chaz. How's it going, man?
Chad. It's going all right. How are you?
I'm doing good. Just chugging along through the week here. We figured we got this visual version of us going.
Yeah.
So a couple reasons for that. We got our special guest, Robert Smith, is in the house. Hello. How's it going? So we figured we'd be talking about this Mojo Magazine everyone's been posted all over social media, right? It's been blowing up for a little while now. By the time this episode comes out, everyone will probably forgotten about it already. But
well, I hope everybody gets about that. I know some people are still holding out.
Yeah.
Ordered them and mine took a while too, but I feel like I got mine before everybody else.
Yeah.
But yeah,
this must have showed up fairly quickly. My wife got it as a surprise birthday present for me, and it just showed up. And I felt like I was only even griping out loud about it a short while ago. So I was like, I don't know, should I get it? Should I not get it? So it was a nice.
Were you like Ralphie from A Christmas Story, where she was like, "What would you like for your birthday?" And you're like, "The Mojo Magazine with Robert Smith on the cover with the CD."
Totally. Like, what's the one new thing that's come out about the cure in the last year? So yeah, it was what she was able to track down. So it was
that's awesome.
Awful nice gesture. So I was appreciative, and then I was like, "Sweet, now we could do this episode because you made doing an episode." So we figured, we'll go through it. We'll walk you guys through it. For those that didn't buy it, this will be great. So we can tell you everything that's in it, and you can decide if it's worth tracking down or not. And if you have it,
follow along.
Go ahead and we'll bring a chime every time we turn the page. Like
I was just gonna say that. I was just like, and every time you hear the chime, turn the page. So.
Since we will be talking about a magazine, we figured this would be a good time to utilize the Zoom subscription that I got for the Christian Jacobs episode. We figured I got a few more weeks, I think, before I have to either continue it or cancel it, and I probably don't want to keep buying it.
There's other alternatives.
So, but we figured we'll use it for this because we're gonna be showing some pages from this magazine too. So we'll have the episode up all audio like normal, but in the bonus features folder on our YouTube page, we'll put this. Maybe we'll do the unedited one again. We'll just have this whole thing in there if you want to watch them too, and see how pasty I look in this horrible lighting here. So,
and how bad my hair and beard are getting.
So we're all rugged Holy Hour cast. All right, so. The Mojo Magazine. You a big fan of Mojo Magazine? Do you have many other ones?
Oh, sure. Like I have all of them.
Yeah.
I have no idea what Mojo Magazine is. I saw it pop up. Somebody posted it, and I was like, "Whoa, that looks like a really cool cover."
Yeah.
And it comes with a CD. I was like, "All right, I'll take a shot on it." So
yeah, I've bought random ones in the past. I think just because the CD with it's always cool. I think I got a Smith's one, and then there's all the other ones that are variations of this. But so pretty cool stuff on this. Right on the cover, it comes out blazing what it is. Pretty much the main bulk of this Cure focus is the 30 greatest songs of the Cure. So it's going to be a ranking, and it's got that disc that Chaz was talking about, which is called Why Can't I Be You? Kind of nicking off our tribute episode titles there, but it's a covers CD, which is pretty cool to finally get a lot of these kind of compiled, a lot of which we've covered, but there's a few in there that
I was going to ask you, did you like, and we'll probably get into it later, but I was wondering if you had used all these songs already or not.
Yeah, pretty much, but there's a few sprinkled in there that aren't, so it's kind of cool that it's surprises. So yeah, we'll kind of finish it off maybe with the CD, like a little quick rundown of the track.
Yeah, absolutely.
Since a lot of them, they're from all eras, like stuff that was covered a long time ago, and then like super new ones. So yeah, that would be kind of cool. So we'll go over that, and inside they have a kind of in the middle of the countdown, they do a little short article piece. When was it? Like 1, 2, 3, 4 pages on.
Yeah, it starts on 62.
Yeah, their
And then,
origin. It
yeah,
basically focuses on that, which we've all kind of heard a billion times, but we'll go over what we think of
yeah.
that there. So lots to cover. So yeah, and like I said, they're not too much going on as far as relevant new Cure news. So
We're gonna take what we can get.
this is what we got, just to keep it in current times of so what month is episode or issue, what do you call those issues? It is the March 2021 for people listening to this 5 years from now. Okay. So that's the one. Cool. I guess we should dive into the first opening page of The Cure. There's a lot of other articles too.
What do you think about the cover?
The cover, is this that picture that they use a lot where he almost has like dreads, like for the top of his head? Like
yeah, I want to say the picture's from 96.
Yeah, sounds about right.
It's when his hair seemed to get heavier and thicker, it seemed like.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what it looks like.
So yeah, kind of just cool blown out white.
Yeah.
Can't really compare it to which one it's taken from, unless it's that one where it's usually just his head photoshopped out. If it is the one I'm thinking of, where he's got
it could be
clumpy. So maybe that's why he's wearing white and all blown out. It looks good.
Yeah, it's really catchy.
And out well, yeah. So you know that face. So
yeah.
No,
and the CD, the CD makes it pop a little bit.
Yeah.
Was your CD right in the middle or was it off to the side?
Right in the middle.
Mine was right off to the side, so
Yeah.
I had no idea what was on the side here. So I picked it off and I ripped some of the cover. So I'm kind of pissed.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, I guess let's go ahead and turn to page 62. Yeah. My old football number, 62. So there you go. Sorry for the flipping page sound. It's for all the people just doing the audio version. But yeah, the article, I guess, is called A Book of Dreams, written in Kiss Me font, and a 16-page celebration, which is a little dubious calling it a 16-page.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pages that are just a picture, or like a picture that takes up like half the page, and then like one review of one song, so it's like 16 pages makes it sound a little more thorough.
It's that book report that you did, and you just kind of, you use 14-point font.
Yeah, totally. Those English papers there.
Yeah.
So yeah, the intro.
I love the font.
Yeah.
It looks like they had somebody do their best job of a Pearl impersonation.
Yeah.
But I like it.
So. Yeah. Just kind of a rundown of who worked on it, I guess, here in the credits.
Yeah.
First part there. A lot of people. I thought just the whole thing that was a little odd, but kind of cool. I don't know how I felt about that. We'll get into that with the countdown thing, but it's like a lot of people's different opinions kind of all swirled into one, which I guess is cool in the Cure sense of things, where everybody kind of brings their, what I mean? Everybody has a different spin on everything with the Cure, so it's kind of neat to just see, but it makes it a little more convoluted than I would think too. So.
Yeah, it does kind of bother me that there's like no way that they determined like the ranking of the songs or anything like that. Like it wasn't like you have all these people. Some of the other polls that I've seen were by fans or by ranking them based on critic scores and stuff like that, so it's a little weird.
The writers is what I'm assuming, like their staff, they all just kind of pulled each other, because at one point, and one of the things it says kind of jokingly, somebody wanted to include this in the countdown, but we wouldn't let him. I forget what it was. Something like there's like a little mini insert there where they're talking about the songs that the Cure's covered, I think.
Oh yeah, dressing up.
Yeah, and I think under one of them it kind of jokingly says, although one of our under Foxy Lady, Amazing fact: one Mojo writer thought this should be in our top 30 countdown. No, LOL, no. So,
or was it no lol
lol,
no?
no, lol, no. Maybe lol works for him. Lol was
He
trying.
was the one that wanted it in there.
Yeah. They vetoed it. So yeah, who knows? But so yeah, it just kind of shows that I guess it's the staff that put all this together. So I'm not really sure what their criteria was. Just on a whole, then I guess before we get to the countdown, again for the visual, we have this cool picture. This one's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that.
Mosaic.
That looks, you know what? It really, Scott looked like he designed something that kind of looked like this.
Yeah, the t-shirt he made is totally like a core picture with like more of the album covers stretched out. This is very square for all the parts where they're connected. They kept them very square. His kind of morphed, sections of the album covers.
Yeah.
But yeah, he should totally be offended that they stole his idea. Unless he did this. Maybe he did it too, but I don't think he did.
I'm pretty sure he would have told us.
Yeah, it seems like it would have come up. But
yeah, I did do that, guys.
It's pretty rad. I'd be curious to see what he thought of that. So, like exactly what I thought too. When I saw it, I was like, "Oh man, it looks just like Scott's." So, yeah, cool.
Yeah, check out Scott really Kruger's on Instagram.
Yeah, art of Scott Solo, I think, is his page on Facebook and elsewhere too. So yeah, check that out because his is really cool. And I don't know if you can still order his shirt somewhere or not. We'll put a link to it if we can find it.
Yeah, if we can. Yeah.
All right. So this countdown on a whole, what do you think, Chaz? Just without thumbs up, thumbs down, or kind of what it should be, you think?
It's all right. I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
30 is a weird number too, because it's like kind of.
It is a weird number.
Outside of like the absolutes, and then like 100's kind of like you get into all the nitty gritty, but then like
I think I have more of an issue with the top 10 than like the top. I mean, it's kind of hard to be like top 30. Just the only thing that bothered me was I didn't see Burn.
Yeah.
Or Exploding Boy.
So yeah, maybe that's a good place to start. Like ones that were excluded, because I mean, all these, of course, we're gonna love all these songs pretty much, but it is just kind of more of the placement, and then you can really kind of start to gripe about the actual top 10 or top 5, But like, yeah, sure, all these are great songs, but they are leaving out some great ones, and I'm not quite sure some of these would make my top 30, but I get it, I'm not gonna get riled up by these, but yeah, like Burn should have been on there. They should have been a little more. It is very single heavy, I thought. Like,
it really is.
They kind of just stuck with all the things, but I mean that's kind of the cure too, is that it is their big songs, but they have so many great, especially Disintegration. I was thinking they kind of like didn't include a lot of the semi-deeper cuts on Disintegration and stuff. You would think.
Yeah, I feel like there's
Prayers for Rain, something like that would be in there, but like none of those. The only Disintegration ones are Pictures of You, Lullaby, and
Love Song.
Love Song, yeah, which is like, wow, surprise.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what it starts there.
And even like Kiss Me, it's only Just Like Heaven and Why Can't I Be You, which
there's a reason why.
Yeah, at least Just Like Heaven's in there. But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna pick, Catch is on there too, so I guess there are 3. But
is it?
Still, it's 17.
Okay, all right, yeah, I see it.
So it's kind of weird. I did take down some stats. Maybe we should do that before we get into specifics.
Hit me with some stats.
So just little observations, nothing huge, but just the fact that that was the only 3 songs from Disintegration I thought was a little weird. Even though I understand, I'm not like totally putting same Deepwater.
I don't understand. But
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but it would take up like the first 12 would be Disintegration. But and Kiss Me, kind of like we said, at least catch it just like over in there. So I'm happy with that. But then it was kind of like, let's see, Wild Mood Swings and Blood Flowers were the only ones that didn't have any songs in there. Which I get kind of to a certain degree. Bloodflowers.
I mean, we kind of, yeah. I mean, I could make a case for having something from Wild Mood Swings on there, and you know how I feel about Link Carr compared to Friday I'm in Love.
Yeah.
So I would switch those out. But as far as like what else would you include from Wild Mood Swings?
Want probably should be in there. I really like Treasure and Bear, but I could see why they wouldn't be in there.
Yeah.
Too. But yeah, mostly just Mint Car or Want, I would think, should be in there. And
Yeah. Bloodflowers.
Bloodflowers, yeah. Again, it's like I love Last Day of Summer and stuff, but I don't know if that would even make my top 30. But
30, yeah.
yeah. But odd that they did include at least one from, and I guess these were justified, from the self-titled and 413 Dream. They did have Underneath the Stars in there, so that was cool that they had like
That,
that
yeah.
represented.
So I do agree with that being on there, and I agree. I'm not so sure about what was it, End of the World.
Yeah, that's kind of squeaky.
It's the same, yeah.
It almost
I mean, it's 27, but I mean, still, it probably wouldn't make my top 30.
Yeah. Well, that's what kind of got me down the rabbit hole of looking at how many for each, because it almost seemed like they picked one from every album, just to be like diplomatic,
Yeah.
maybe. And I was all like, oh, okay, that would be the one, of course. But then, I was like, well, yeah, you gotta have Want in there too. I could totally swap out like Why Can't I Be You for Want or something in a minute, But
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I thought that was weird. I thought Wish got the shaft a bit. I think only Friday I'm in Love's the only one from Wish on there. So that was weird.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to think of like what else. I mean, definitely Letter to Elise would be in mine, and I would think a lot of people's top 30s. But yeah, I don't see any others from Wish, which is odd. I mean,
Yeah.
I get Friday I'm
Edge of
in
a Deep
Love.
Green Sea would
For the,
probably
oh
be
yeah,
in
from the
some.
Edge of
Yeah, that's
Deep
it.
Sea.
That's ridiculous.
It totally should be in there. It's just a Cure staple at this point, and you're not like fighting to in there.
Yeah, like I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why you're gonna keep. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, your picture froze
Hold
for a
on, one
sec.
second.
There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know why they took Friday I'm in Love and like left the far superior songs. I mean, you can make an argument here or there on each album of like your favorite songs, but like this one is like this is kind of an outright lie.
Yeah. Yeah, I see having Friday I'm in Love in there just because it was like the big hit and stuff, but you gotta have the other ones in there too.
Yeah, you gotta have at least one of the other ones in there.
Yeah, so you can't just have that. Like that was the only like redeemable song on Wish, which it's been bothering me. I've been really into Wish lately too, so it's like I'm gonna
cool.
on a Wish kick. So I was like, hey, wait, what? So that didn't go over well.
Jamming that Wendy time.
Yeah, definitely just Wendy time. Really, just that on
I sleep to that shit.
So maybe that's the only other huge observations. I was personally offended, I guess, as we go into maybe some placement of specific songs. Pictures of You at 11. That's like, come on.
As soon as I saw that,
I was a little more than most people, maybe, but it's like, come on, that's got to be like top 7 at least,
That inspired me to want to do the episode actually.
Yeah.
Because I was going through it and I was just like, okay, let's see what the top 10 is, and then sure enough, it's not even there. And I'm just like, oh my god.
I was like, what the hell? It was kind of like before I even looked at it too. As I was thanking my wife as I opened it, she was like, can you guess the top 5? And I was like, ooh, fun, this will be a cool game. I was like, yeah, and I got it all except for the number 5 one. I had Pictures of You in there. I didn't have it the exact order too. I think I had flipped Boys Don't Cry and In Between Days, but it was what you would think. I guess, should we reveal the top 5? I don't know if it's a big mystery.
Let's go through some of the placement first, and we'll save the top 10.
But I had Pictures of You basically in there, and it wasn't.
Okay.
That made me real mad. And I was like, well, what the hell could be in the place of that? What song could that's probably the biggest, like, what the hell with this whole thing. But as far as other placements, before we get to that one, and this is a big spoiler for the Mojo magazine. So if anybody bought their copy and is watching or listening to this before opening it, which would be a very weird thing to do, brace yourselves. So, Hanging Garden in there at all, you think? Is that a little weird? Those are the two well, I guess they had 3 from Pornography: Hanging Garden, Strange Day, and 100 Years.
I think the Hanging Garden's a better song than 30.
Yeah.
That kind of bothers me a little bit. Play for Today, I think, is at a good spot. Strange Day, okay, I can take that.
I felt like Lullaby is a little low, actually, even though I'm not as far as crazy about it. I mean, it was their biggest hit in England still. I mean, that's like their highest ranking chart hit ever, and this is like an English magazine, so it's like a little weird that that's at 23, you think?
Yeah. I'm more shocked. Yeah. I'm shocked at 28 with 3 Imaginary Boys.
Yeah.
Like, I know some people have love for that song, but I don't think that's a top 30 song. Because, you shuffle in Burn and you put Exploding Boy and maybe a couple other songs in there, and I don't think it has a spot in there.
Mm-hmm.
So
I take it over a few that are in here, but at the same time, I see what you're saying, where I'm not. If I plugged in a few more other ones, it would probably bump it further back where it wouldn't even be in the 30, So,
yeah, I mean, just off the bat, I would take Why Can't I Be You, 3 Imaginary Boys, and The End of the World just off the list.
Yeah.
And plug in 3 other songs there, but I think in the top 30 to 11, I didn't really have too many things where I was like, that can't be on there, or I wasn't offended by anything. I think the fact that Disintegration's not in here is just, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Especially because they were trying a bit to put like with the Imaginary Boys and like 100 Years, I think was their kind of attempt of like not putting the singles, like a slightly what they would
guess so
deeper cut maybe or something, but not that deep, So I don't know. It's cool to have.
Yeah, I don't know.
So even jump on someone else's train's cool, but that seems a little high up for me, probably like number 7.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, whoa. So,
well, I mean that. I guess let's go into the top 10 then, because I got a good amount of issues there.
Okay. So, I guess before then, real quick, did you have any issues with the write-ups for each one? They have like a little blurb basically that each staff member kind of did, and they put their initials. So that's where I kind of wasn't on board with the multiple person, because I felt like everybody had kind of a different perspective on The Cure in a whole, and like what they brought to this song was a little tainted. But I mean, overall, I guess I didn't really have too many gripes. Did you not like the write-up?
Oh my God, there was one where it just made me roll my eyes.
I mean, it's all just kind of magazine, like whatever.
Number at the End of the World. The little quip underneath it before they go into the explanation of the album or the song. Boys do cry after all.
Yeah, it's like, what?
It's just like, okay, all right. And then there was what was the other one? Strange Day. Dying on a beach.
Ooh. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit just kind of cheesy on some of them for sure.
Yeah, and like
love song, Better Than Diamonds After All, for the wedding present, It's just kind of, and I love like the description, the whole like review for Pictures of You were one thing we've seen just through all the different books or the different interviews or whatever. I mean, all are valid pictures of you stories that he's told, but there's like 5 different stories that are totally the meaning of the song. And they just fucking went with this one like it was like the gospel of like, there he was, and it was burning, and he went through the ashes of the and I was like, I'm not sure I would be this absolute about one of Robert's stories on this, but I guess it's sweet that they just picked one and ran with it, So.
I see that's the problem with some of this stuff is that you don't have the room or the time for different ways to go.
Yeah.
And like you have to write something, so you kind of have to go, so I can't really, whatever. It's I'm not a magazine
the
writer,
writing,
so,
we can't pick apart the writing. I'm like, whatever, I probably wouldn't come up with anything better, but so in the top 10 then,
100 years.
Okay.
Yeah, the one for under 100 years, putting the creepy into Crawley.
Ooh, yeah. I remember my eyes rolling a little bit. It's like, wow, okay, good job.
They're written like dad jokes, but they're not like they come off like high society, like quippy, kind of snotty. I don't know, something you'd see on the runway. Like, what is he wearing?
Yeah, totally.
He's really putting the creepy back into Crawley. Like, oh, all right.
Totally.
So yeah, let's go into the top 10. So I went and I was interested to see what other publications had ranked the top 10.
Yeah.
And so I did a quick search on the Google machine, and I found Billboard Slicing Up Eyeballs, which I think we did an episode on.
We've talked about
when that came out.
It's not an official. I don't think we did an official. Yeah, man, we did. Yeah, it was a little quick thing where we just kind of ran through it, or I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's covered. Which seems like it had a lot of similarities on the surface, or maybe not. What was their top 10?
We'll go through. and then The Guardian, and then Mojo. So some of the stuff in common was and I'm not going by placement just because we'd be here all night. So Just Like Heaven made each list. A Forest made each list. Pictures of You made 2 out of the 4. The Guardian didn't have it in the top 10. Let's see, what else was there? Boys Don't Cry made 3 of the 4.
Really?
The Guardian didn't. Yeah, The Guardian again. Yeah, The Guardian one's interesting.
No.
Let's see, what else? In Between Days, that was on every single one. Caterpillar, only one to have Caterpillar.
Only one? Wow.
One.
I'm a little surprised it was on here too, not to just glitch, but although I
Close to Me was on 2 of them. So so let me just read it down real quick. Billboard, from 10 to 1, 10:15, Pictures of You, A Forest, Love Song, 100 Years, Plain Song, Boys Don't Cry, In Between Days, Disintegration, and Just Like Heaven. Slicing Up Eyeballs was Night Like This, Close to Me, Disintegration, Fascination Street, Charlotte Sometimes, Boys Don't Cry, Pictures of You, In Between Days, Just Like Heaven, and A Forest. The Guardian, This Twilight Garden,
wow.
Fascination Street, Same Deep Water as You, Just Like Heaven, In Between Days, A Strange Day, 100 Years, The Drowning Man, A Forest, and 10:15.
Drowning Man, and 10:15. The number one song?
Yeah,
wow.
number one song.
What?
Number one song.
Oh my God.
Which brings us into Mojo. So here's the top 10 for Mojo.
All right.
We have the Caterpillar at number 10.
Woo!
Yes or no?
I'm down with that. I don't know.
Top 10?
Yeah, I like it a lot, but
I know you.
but I
Yeah, I
think
know
it's
you have.
weird. I do think it is odd. I wouldn't expect it to be on anybody else's top 10. Probably maybe
Yeah,
14 or
it would.
something.
Yeah, something around there. Number 9, All Cats Are Gray.
That's kind of cool, but I'm not sure I'd put it. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if I can take that at number 9.
It's cool that they went a little more daring on that one, at least. But.
Trying to think. Well, if I did take a Faith song, I would.
Yeah,
I would almost put Faith in there,
yeah,
or maybe
Funeral Party or that would be my favorites.
Drowning Man. I
Yeah.
would actually probably put the Drowning Man in there over All Cats Are Gray.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know Donna would disagree.
Oh, damn it! Yeah.
Number 8, Close to Me.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. Number 7, Jumping Someone Else's Train.
Yeah.
No, that's a yes for me.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite early Cure songs.
Yeah, it's
It was
cool.
like I put it on my my mixtape.
Yeah, shipped it out the other day. So, yeah, it is a cool song. It's definitely inching in, but I don't know, 7's a little too close. But.
All right, well, let's go to the next one. Number 6, 100 Years.
Kind of down with that now. I'm like
I'm
that
cool with it being in the
more.
top 10. I don't
Yeah,
know.
6 is
Yeah,
a little close
we'll go
still, but
back.
I probably
Yeah,
put Strange Day higher, to be honest.
me too. Yeah, I would flip flop those. Yeah, even live, I would rather hear Strange Day more than 100 Years.
Yeah,
But okay, top 5.
top 5.
10, 15.
Oh, nah.
How the fuck does this keep
Is
ending
that
up in
in
top
like
10 lists?
every? Was it on all of them? Like in
Except for Slicing Out Eyeballs was the only one that wasn't on.
which was the one voted by the Cure fans, right? I think that was the only one that
Yeah,
Cure fans did
yeah,
voting. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's a great
I
song, but yeah,
It's okay.
yeah,
I mean, it's okay. Like I don't like it gets annoying a little bit.
yeah.
Um, it's not a song I can listen to over and over again, unlike Jumping Someone Else's Train,
Right.
or even I could even take Fire in Cairo more.
Pictures of
Or
you.
oh
Maybe
yeah,
Pictures of
no,
You.
I was
Little old
no,
dog.
I'm just referring to like if I was gonna take a song from those early days besides Boys Don't Cry,
Oh, okay.
like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean
Fire.
you're already yeah,
I'd take Fire and
I don't know.
Cairo over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So number 4, Just Like Heaven.
Definitely should be in.
Okay.
I think, yeah, kind of flipped really, but
Yeah.
yeah, Just Like Heaven. Okay.
Number 3, Boys Don't Cry. Okay. That would be in my top 10, but probably not in my top 3.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Then we go In Between Days at number 2, which I'm cool with.
Mhm.
You cool with that?
It's number 1.
Number 1,
Yeah,
A
I'd go with In
Forest, of
Between Days
course.
and the Forest, which I remember being more shocked by that on the Slicing Up Eyeballs one when it came in. I was like, Forest, really? And I was like,
Yeah, and then we went over the stats of like that's the number 1 song they played live,
played.
and it's like it's on every single bootleg that you can get, like every single live concert. It's pretty much
It
included.
makes a lot more sense
Yeah,
now, and like having really thought out 17 seconds in the last year, and then just the whole history
yeah,
of Cure kind of coming up again a lot. It makes sense. I'm totally fine with it, even though it's not my number 1 favorite Cure song by any means. But same time, it is rad, and it does really kind of represent the Cure without being. I think it just gets a little too predictable too to have like Just Like Heaven be number 1, or you know what I mean, or In Between Days even,
yeah.
or Love Song or something would be like, oh, surprise, surprise, it's always the big hit, but
Sometimes the biggest hits are the best songs. I
yeah,
mean,
exactly. So yeah, I mean, I technically don't have a problem with it, but I could see, I don't know.
yeah,
I'm more
it,
basically just 10, 15 in that 5 slot, and I feel like Just Like Heaven should probably been flipped around a little with Boys Don't Cry at least, or
yeah,
maybe even In Between
yeah.
Days. I'm not sure, but Yeah.
I mean, I, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs out of the top 10 that were before 1985.
Wow. Yeah, it definitely.
There's only how many are post? There's Just Like Heaven is the only is the only song post Head on the Door.
Sheesh.
Like that doesn't make, like, I don't know, like that doesn't.
Yeah, that is odd, and like nothing from Disintegration in the top 10. That's weird. It's like
No.
I liked how on those other ones you said like the song Disintegration, I think was in like all of them, right? And it wasn't even in this one at all. That's like kind of the biggest crime, if not, it's like, what the hell? How did that not make the list at all, let alone not in the top 10 even, so something should have been representing Disintegration in there. Yeah, even as much as I love Caterpillar, I don't think something from the top should be in there instead of like, but nothing from Disintegration. It's like, what the
I
hell?
mean, Shake Dog Shake. I mean, why isn't
That was another one that should have been in there. Pretty weird.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's gonna have issues with the top whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I don't know. I understand, like, if you're gonna be diplomatic, like, be diplomatic, but like this seems like a bias kind of thing. I don't know. It just really does. Like, I don't understand why you don't have like half of Disintegration on the top 30 list.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty
so in one song from Wish.
It
And
does.
it's what, the second or third worst song on the album,
or at least just the obvious pop one or whatever. It's like, if you're gonna get, that's what I mean. The whole thing, probably the biggest critique of it is that it's kind of half-assed in every direction, where they're not really going with just the single hits. Like if you made that argument, they're like, these are their biggest, widely accessible songs and stuff like that, then fine. Yeah, of course, Friday I'm in Love should be in the top 10 then or something, and like Love Song and all those. But they didn't really go that route either. They're trying to sprinkle in a few deeper cuts, but then not really. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like it's grasping, but not really enough. But
if I gave you the top 10 and said, okay, now based on the top 10, what songs from Wish do you think are going to be on here? Just based on like the flow of the music, because you can kind of get like a little, like, they're more into like darker, but they kind of like the pop kind of thing feel to it. What do you think would be on there? And like Letter to Elise is like, yes, that would be on there, and like,
but the fact that
I feel like they just like had to, like, you're not going to tell me that like a diehard Cure fan is like making a top 30 list and they're like, Friday I'm in Love's got to go in.
Yeah. Those were like the 4 people that are like, that was the only song they knew.
Yeah.
That voted for that, It's like, so yeah, I mean, I would be more offended by Letter at least not being in anywhere in it, but the fact that Pictures of You was so low shows that it was kind of like not gonna be there either. So
I'm really surprised you didn't riot.
Yeah, what the hell? I mean, even something like Open, I don't know. I'm trying to think of.
I've already written my letters to the editor.
Yeah, Edge of the Deep Green Sea should have been somewhere in the 30, I would think. But like we said, everyone can kind of go as long as you can see why. Like, with a forest, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. So I don't mind that because you could see why they would pick that. But yeah, so that's the top 30 countdown. There's a cool picture that I don't think I've seen maybe before. Him actually holding the glow socks. Have you seen that before?
I was gonna ask you if you like. There's a couple, like, there's that picture, and then the other one with the Do you see this with the makeup with?
No.
I don't think I've ever seen that one before.
Yeah, I think I've seen ones from that same shoot, but
not that one.
It's kind of cool that they had a few different ones in there, and
and Do you want to go into the stories or the
I guess
actual
a little,
article?
but not too much. The actual article, I guess, is important. It is a really fairly nicely written. It got better as it went, I thought. It's just kind of
Yeah,
really
it
goes
did.
into the early, the very early stages, which could be a whole movie in itself. Going back to our biopic theme, if you really took this route, that's always the boring biopic, like just before they get there first. I was a little initially like, oh, what the hell? They called The Stranger, The Outsider. But then actually I found out in England that's what the book is called, The Outsider.
Really?
Yeah. I
Okay.
was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, what the fuck? They got the
Oh,
book name
what
wrong.
the Stephen King book or the
Yeah, the
Outsiders, the
Outsiders.
hidden
Yeah, I was
book?
like, have they confused it with the Outsiders? It's like pretty different. So that was cool, and it seemed fairly right on. Otherwise, with that, and I did like how at the end they tied it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing. Actually, was
Yeah.
almost kind of cheesy, but they did it in a good way. I thought, where I was like, how all this, and then one magical night their whole career came together. Kind of left off the fact that it didn't mean shit to the Cure, probably, but to
Yeah.
everybody else, it was a magical night. But so yeah, it's pretty cool. And like I said, it's just if
It,
you've read any Cure stuff, you've pretty much read all of this a billion times. Or it wasn't anything.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's some of this is just like, remember that book that we did, was it Dreams, the one Cure book?
Never enough. Um,
Was that it? I don't remember. We did
oh, the
one
Perfect
together.
Dream one with the pictures of
Yeah,
Norm. Yeah,
where it was just like a regurgitation of Lowell's book,
yeah.
and like parts of this article was the same thing. Where I'm just
Yeah,
like,
just
yeah,
they're
I
just
read
cool.
that word for word from Lowell's book.
Yeah, it's just like that. Through Imagine 10 Imaginary Years, that, and like Never Enough probably were the ones they just pulled it all.
Yeah,
But
which is
at least
great, which is fine. And like,
yeah.
yeah, if you're just a casual fan and you're just picking this up, this is great. But I don't know. Was hoping for something different. I would have rather had them do what they did with like some of the like little
Insert thing. Yeah, like
like
the
the
Mogwai
yeah,
one was great. There's a little piece just on the side here of the dude from Mogwai talking about being a
yeah.
fan and growing up as a
I
fan
like that a
and
lot.
then playing with him. And, he had some cool things to say of, I guess he saw him for the first time on the prayer tour and
Yep,
then
yep,
getting to open him for him. It was cool saying how Robert is like super serious about it still and takes, everything as a perfectionist on stage still to this day.
yeah.
Everything very serious. He said he,
Being amazed they could play 3 hours and
yeah,
yeah,
and he said that after each show, I don't know if it's like immediately or when the hell he does this. I'd like to fact check this one if we ever get to talk to Robert. He said that Robert listens back, like they record like a soundboard recording of every show, and he listens back to every 3 hour long or whatever
get the
show
I
at some point, like just for like critiquing it or just for his own state of mind to see how the show went. I don't really know why, but how could you? That's how he ends up staying up till fucking 10 in the morning every night, probably. But I can't imagine you
so
with
if
the
he
energy after playing to sit there.
I could see him like just like listening to it and fast forwarding to
Yeah,
like certain parts, or like,
read every
finding
song
like,
too, and he listens to.
I don't imagine that he sits there and listens to the recording of three
Yeah,
hours and that would be insane. But it just bothers me to think that like somewhere out there are recordings of like every Cure set from
yeah. So
X amount of time.
he has
I'm just
those
like,
in the vault too there, man. It's like,
oh my
damn,
god.
dude. But yeah, so that kind of blew my mind. I hadn't heard anything like that before. I hadn't heard any human ever doing that before.
Yeah, me
He'd
neither.
play like one show every 5 months, and I'd have a recording in it, and I still wouldn't get around to listening to it. I'm like, yeah, I was there. It's just gonna make me angry. It's like if I remembered it being a good show, it would always ruin it if you listen to the playback. It's like, ugh, I remembered it sounding better than that. But so yeah, maybe that's how he
Yeah,
kind of crafts his live shows so well. But that,
maybe. But yeah, I mean, I would rather had them do a whole sets of articles on people that have been inspired or like what they did with the guy from Mogwai, and like
Yeah.
just have that be the whole article, because we don't need another history rundown of the Cure.
Yeah.
How many times do we need to go through Wikipedia? Like, I mean, it's there, everybody knows it. Let's do something different.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, get a guy from the Killers to talk about, get somebody from each of the tracks of the CDs
Mm-hmm.
to talk about
Why heard it.
why the Cure
Yeah.
means so much to them. You
Totally.
know,
Yeah.
that's
So,
just, I mean, that's just me, but that, I don't know, having that personal connection to it makes it a better article for me.
yeah.
Um,
Like you said, I think this.
that's why I like the talking about the albums.
Yeah.
That I like about the songs. I like that more than reading about the history lessons.
Yeah. At least
I
you
want
get
to hear your opinion about the song.
some scoop on it. Yeah, totally. That
Yeah,
makes way more sense. Yeah. So
yeah.
I guess real quick, there was another little insert about like there's two of them, one about his time in the Banshees and then the glove.
Yeah.
Basically just kind of again the quick overview of all of it. But there was a cool comment. I either forgot it or didn't know that, but apparently Robert's sister Janet played the harpsichord on Dear Prudence. I didn't know.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know that either.
And she's the one that was married to Pearl and taught Perry piano and everything. So, and so, hey, pretty cool. There was a confusing last paragraph in that glove section.
Yeah.
Referring him to Kevin Keegan, the footballer, or in America, soccer player. Something, what was it? It was almost worth reading here to everybody just because it was so odd. It didn't really, maybe I just don't get the reference or the joke, but where was it? Last paragraph. Key song. No, let's see. Where the hell was it? I'll cut this out.
I have it right here.
Okay, you see what I'm saying when they said something about his hairdo?
Yeah. Yeah, that part I didn't understand either. He said, but there was a mystery why the glove taken Smith out of circulation for so long. One theory is that an ill-advised hair process had left Smith resembling bubble-permed soccer star Kevin Keegan, and he needed to lie low until it grew out.
Yeah, I looked up Kevin Keegan. He just had like a kind of puffy hairdo, like a perm.
Okay.
One, the glove didn't take him out of commission for a while, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, that's like right in the middle of when he was doing like 3 albums at once and stuff,
Yeah.
or whatever. So it's like, I don't get what they're getting at. And he never had like a moment where he had bad hair he was hiding from the world.
Didn't he say, wasn't in the Susie part of the article saying that he was like, the reason everything went south is because he was like exhausted?
Yeah.
And like he like it wasn't, he didn't lay low because his hair was fucked up. I mean,
yeah.
he buzzed his head and went on stage before in Orange, I mean,
yeah, that was
what?
later. Anyway,
Yeah.
he went on and just like did the top and shit. So I mean, it wasn't like he disappeared for anything. Like, yeah, I was just.
Do you see how that man dresses? Do you think he cares about what his hair looks like?
Exactly. The day Robert Smith goes, "Oh, I can't go out looking like this." So,
I'm 99% sure all of his fashion choices were based out of comfort and not like, I need to be a fashion icon.
yeah.
Like, he wore those high tops because he didn't like tying his shoes.
Yeah.
Like, that's
exactly.
the reason why.
Like big slippers he could pull on, but yeah, very odd. So I'm not sure what they're getting at with that one. If anybody else had a different theory on it, let us know. But I guess before we go,
I like that.
Yeah. That they went there about the.
Yeah, I mean, I like little things like that, and like little, we were able to talk about it. It wasn't the same old history lesson rundown. I mean, so that's cool. And the same thing with the Susie part of it. But then again, like we all know it. I don't know. I still wish they would have gone in and had everybody's love stories of the Cure.
Yeah.
So, but
like for that to come.
When I originally bought this, I thought it was going to be like a majority magazine of the Cure.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know it was going to be like 8 pages and that was it.
Even though they're boasting 16-page collection of it, there's a lot of other stuff more. I mean, there's like any of the other ones you're dying to read? There's some stuff I'll come through maybe. But
I don't like maybe maybe the Bowie.
Yeah, I think
The
the Bowie
Bowie
was just like
article.
about how he's dead and it's still sad. But yeah,
Okay.
there's like a Lucinda Williams. I'll read that maybe. But then some of the CD, like the actual album reviews, maybe just because I'm
Yeah, I started going through
man
them.
in
I'm
the
like,
dust.
I don't
But
know who
yeah,
any of these guys are.
I probably won't get around to doing any of it though. But we'll see. So yeah, who knows? What about the CD? Should we go over that real quick before we go
Yeah.
on?
Yeah.
Why Can't I Be You? The covers collection. So yeah, there's
Ugh.
quite a few on here that are old classics, I guess, and a
Yeah.
few that are not so much. Kicks off with Dinosaur
Yeah.
Jr. Just Like Heaven, so that's kind of cool just to have that
Yeah. Knock it out of the park
out
with that one.
blazing. Wedding Present
That's
one,
cool.
Just Like Heaven one. I'm not too crazy about that one. The Luna
I
one I really
I
like a lot.
you didn't like the wedding present one?
Not so much. You like that one?
That's like the poppier one, right? Like it's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
yeah, I did like that one. That was probably my favorite ones on the
Okay.
album.
Definitely starts out stronger. I like all the ones stacked
It
in the
does.
beginning. I like the Luna one. Like I was saying, they do that Fire and
Yeah, I like
Water
that
really
one too.
cool. Frankie Rose, of
Yeah.
course, we've talked
Already
about.
know it. Great.
So that's great. Phoebe Bridgers one is like cool because that was just like a live thing, so it wasn't
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
anything. Even though that's like she's starting to annoy me a little, and and the fact she did Friday I'm in Love is just gonna like I don't know, do something a little weirder, you know.
Kevin, man.
But
If you got issues, we can talk about it after the show.
yeah, I'll save it for later. But little big for Bridgers, but A. Williamson or Williams, A. Williams doing Love Song. Hadn't heard that
Williams.
one. I don't think I've put that on.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that one either.
It's just kind of standard slow
Yeah.
piano, female vocals doing Love Song. Little warble in the voice that was not really just like woo. But, probably a fan of the Adele version. If you like that, you might like this one.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Cowboy Junkies one I like actually. That's a cool cover, except for the lead guitar. It drives me crazy on it.
So when I picked it up and was reading the titles of the artists, and I was going through it, and I was just like, Cowboy Junkies. I was like, I think I reviewed a CD of theirs a couple like 10 years ago or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were like a metal band, and like I listened to it, and I was just like,
nope.
that name, the band I was thinking of was Job for a Cowboy, and I'm like, whoa, that's not what I was expecting.
Yeah,
So
like pretty much the complete opposite of that. But
yeah,
I like Cowboy Junkies. They're like one of those weird bands that they have this album Trinity Sessions that came out a long time ago, and I love it. It's really good, just super mellow, like this version where it's just like almost painfully slow and depressing. But I love it, and I have a couple of their other albums, but it's just like totally one of those bands for me that's like that one album is like all I need. You know, like if I'm ever in the mood, I'm listening to that one album. I don't really, because then even this, it's just like so slow, and but there's like a lead guitar part that kind of does bug me, where it's like
yeah,
in between all like the breaks and stuff. But it's cool though. I remember it was a B-side on something I got of theirs. And just a cool song to cover. You know, you don't hear kind of going back to my
17 seconds covered. Yeah,
thing, or it's like that would have been cool if she'd covered like 17 seconds or something. But Tricky, doing Love Cats. Robert's like buddies with Tricky at some point, right? Is it like a?
I don't know. I was not buddies with this song.
Yeah, I didn't dig it. Henson got really offended when we were listening. He was like, "Turn this garbage off. This isn't The Cure."
I don't blame him.
He was not.
He just tore up your entire house.
Yeah.
Right. Just throwing books everywhere.
Totally.
He lit the trash can in the bathroom on fire.
I was like, calm down, man. It's just a cover. People are allowed to cover. Then we got, did you glance at the song listings and get excited just for a split second? I don't know what is what they build this song as. It's
I was just like, I don't know. I don't know either. I want to listen to this.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I was like, they would just do a song off the self-titled album and leave half of the title out. But
you never know.
Casey was like, maybe it's one of the new songs. I was like, that'd be really weird if that's the first time we're hearing a new Cure song, is like somebody covering it. And sure enough, it was just lullabies sampled with like a rapper, like totally different words with like just the riff from Lullaby on there.
Yeah, it's just a sample. Yeah,
wasn't a thing.
Okay,
but were you down with it?
It was okay. It was I think he's British, so it kind of made a little bit more sense. But it was okay.
Strange as Angels is a new one, right? Isn't this one of the ones people were just posting? I think I just added it to the list of ones to talk about on the next covers episode. I think it's one of the people from the like Nouvelle Vague albums where they do like the loungy French singer.
Yeah.
So it's kind of what it is. I don't really need to hear a loungy.
Yeah, not a big fan of loungy music. Yeah, I don't.
Even if you throw in
unless you're Tony Clifton, I got no. I got no love for you.
So, kind of, it is what it is. This one, Close to Me, I kind of remembered liking a bit when I put it on one of the more recent covers episodes. It's this Mark Lanigan guy that he was in like what, Screaming Trees or something?
Trees, yeah.
Like everyone seemed like he had way more cred than I thought. I must be missing something of his that I was like, do people really care about Screaming Trees that much? But
I didn't think so. I was just like, oh, it's the guy from Screaming Trees, and like I was just like, what else has he done? And it's just like, okay, I didn't think they were that big of a like maybe back in the day, were they like a fine wine band? Like, people more into them now?
Buzz clip for like 1 week, I don't know, but
maybe.
So this was like, I remember he just does like a slowed down kind of like raspy vocal version, like where the vocals were all cool and stuff, but it was like you cut all the cool shit out from Close to Me. You didn't have like the cool bass line or anything, and it was just like, all right.
Shit. Speaking of Close to Me, and this is totally off, like not off topic, but on topic. I heard a dulcimer cover of Close to Me today.
From where?
And it was amazing.
Nice.
I don't know, somebody posted it somewhere, and I was just like, oh, I gotta share this with Gavin. I completely forgot about it until you said Close to Me, and I was just like, yes. And then he covered the same guy did Heart Shaped Box by Nirvana, which was pretty good. But he decided to sing with it, and I don't want to hear that. But the Close to Me one was actually really, really good. Cool. Like, I'll find it after we're done. I'll send it to you.
Send it to me, and I'll put it in the next batch there. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Cool deal.
It was beautiful. Touched me.
Nice. Awesome. So next one, Lila Moss, Prayers for Rain.
Carrie Ann Moss.
This one was all right. Still kind of I'm kind of blank on it, and I felt like it was just slowed down female vocals, piano.
I think all this stuff was for the most part.
Yeah, pretty much here on out, just about. Not offensive, but kind of nice, just because it was Prayers for Rain, I guess. A Forest was the next one, 858, featuring the Unthanks. I liked. It was just like female vocals. The music didn't even seem to really follow the bass line and stuff. Like just like weird little electronic noises going and stuff, or I don't know.
The only note I made was I'd rather hear who was it? That one metal band. Behemoth. I'd rather hear Behemoth's cover of A Forest than this one.
I would go with the Bat for Lashes one. It was kind of in the same vein as what this.
It's actually really good. Yeah. That was one of the. I have a 7-inch of that. It was one of the first 7 inches I think I might ever bought. It was like this record company put out covers of The Cure, and one of them was on a cassette, and this one had Bat for Lashes and some other band on it.
Cool.
So I'll find it and show it to you.
Pretty cool. Awesome. On the last two tracks, Wood Pigeon doing Lullaby. I felt like I know that name, Wood Pigeon, but I don't know who the hell these guys.
So did I. I looked it up and I was like, okay, I don't know this band. I was just like, that looks like it kind of looks like a pop punk kind of band name or something. Or, I don't know.
And they did it kind of
just the way it's not spaced.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. So not totally offensive, but I didn't just kind of felt like they were doing it a little too close, but not really. I don't know. That's a
Yeah.
song to cover. Lullaby's kind of like, who the hell else can really sing about spiders and shit and it not be like,
Yeah, you can only, I mean, that's the tough, like, I don't know. You have to make it sound creepy one way or another.
yeah,
Um, and if you're not doing that, you're not really doing justice to it. So, like, I would totally love a dulcimer cover of that if anybody wants to do it.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if
So,
it'd
like,
be
so
better if it was like some kind of instrumental, just something different and cool like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last one is Faith by, sorry, I don't have my glasses on.
Yeah.
Nadja.
Nadja, yeah, and
Nadja.
Nadja.
Nadja gonna listen to this anymore.
Not just a fan of this one. It was not even in like a shoegaze kind of blown out way, but it's just kind of like I'm just like,
Yeah.
what? You can't hear? Like I was like fixing my cable. I'm like, what the hell's going on? It's like,
Is
wow.
there a song in here?
Yeah, there was like no bass line, right? Well, I couldn't pick out like the bass line, which is like the whole melody of Faith, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like faintly hearing the lyrics. I'm like, oh yeah, that is it somewhere. It's like 10 minutes long too, and I don't even think they're having a political freak out at the end or anything. It's just like no excuse. But I hadn't heard that one at
Yeah.
least, so that was at least
Yeah. It is what it is.
yeah,
Oh.
epic finale. So a good choice of that one, but yeah, that song really should
Yeah.
have been on the top 30 too. Faith, the real version. Not used to it.
I would say so. Yeah, I would probably put it on there too. So
Even though it's not the most like uplifting by any means that you're gonna put. I mean, nobody said it's the
it's definitely
happy.
not the most listenable song.
Yeah.
But it's
That is
like
kind of going back to what you were saying too. That you kind of have to any top 30 list. You have to kind of say what your criteria was and stuff too. Are you going
yeah.
for what the best written Cure song is? What from their perspective of what the best Cure song is? What's the most like accessible to everybody in the world kind of thing? Yeah, there's a lot of.
Yeah.
I guess that's why we have 150 some episodes of this podcast going. We can't just let anything be. So we gotta. But other people are
But
like, it's
I
30
do
songs. Who
I
gives a shit? Just listen to them. If you like those, go listen to some more. But
I do feel like that if you and I and like other people that we know that are diehard Cure fans came up with like a top 30 list, that it
mhm.
would be in the same ballpark.
Yeah,
Like I feel like that we would all respect and admire like everything that the Cure's done and not taking in like the the Friday I'm in love of it all,
yeah, yeah.
where you're just like, yeah, just because it was the poppiest and most popular song on X album doesn't mean it needs to be in the
Top
top
30.
30. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. So maybe we'll do that at some point. Maybe I don't know. No one's ever happy with lists, though. Who knows? That's why I've always kind of stayed away from them. Where it's just like nobody's ever happy. But
Yeah, we'll do like 30 to 20
yeah,
part one, 19 to 10
when
or
we
19
really
to
run out
11
of
part
shit,
two.
we can be like, all right,
Yeah.
this is our 20-part episode where we talk about every song and the slowest list reveal ever. But yeah, I don't know. Anything else we got covering this bad boy then?
Yeah, I don't think so. I will just ask you, do you think it was worth saying if you bought it? Was it worth Casey buying it for you?
Definitely.
Okay,
Since
good.
it was a gift. So get somebody to buy it for you out there. You'll love it. No, I think
or
it's
or
always
buy it
cool.
like I did.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
I think these things are always like, if you got the spare money or you just needed something new, it's definitely that cure fix that we
I
all kind
think
of need
that's what
right
it
now.
was.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
these are all kind of neat that just take care of and put in with your cure books and stuff too, and it's fun to flip back through them occasionally. That one was really great that got reissued a couple of times. I think it was Uncut Magazine, I want to say, or something like that, where they
I don't know,
did.
I'm not real big on the magazine front.
Yeah,
So
it was that
yeah, I
one
know that
where,
there's some collectors out there that are.
yeah, It's cool. It was like a good one where they did. It was one of those like huge ones where like the whole thing was about the Cure. So it was just kind of
okay, yeah,
like where they kind of what you're going at, where they're like some of them were stories of artists, and then they did like album reviews. It was cool because they did a review of each album, but then they also had an old review to pair with it, like from when it came out. So
that's awesome.
cool.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Totally just like ragging on it, but then like the next one would be like, this is a classic, you know, like pornography or something. Everybody was like, what is this garbage, you know, when it came out, but then it was like this glowing review of their great triumph later, you know.
That's great.
And some of those old guitar magazines I'd like to get again, where he really just kind of nerded out on like his gear and stuff. I found them online. Those are kind of neat, where it's just like, whoa, because he doesn't really cut loose on a lot of that stuff in the normal like Rolling Stone kind of interview or something, you know, where he's about his pedals and amps he uses and shit. You know, there's like one of them that I've got bookmarked where it's like his actual pedal settings and stuff, where now every time I go to record, I always put them like exactly like how he has it, and then I try to record them like, this doesn't work for me though, I'm not Robert Smith. I end up tweaking them.
Be like, don't even look at it.
Yeah.
These can't be seen.
So those are cool, but yeah, the magazine stuff's tough. But,
yeah, I would say it was worth it. Just, I mean, if this would have come out in 2016, I don't think it would have, like during the tour and everything, I don't think it would have hit as big as it does now that we haven't had anything in so long, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Everyone's like, just give me something, man.
Yeah.
Sure, 30,
an interview.
30 songs. Yeah, that's what I was kind of hoping there would be something in there, a little nugget of the future or something to come.
Yeah, you'd hope so.
Yeah. But oh well, cool, man. Well, thanks for walking us through this, and I hope everybody out there got an idea if they want to order it or not, or you know, flip through it with us. And we'd love to hear
just
your
do it.
complaints or praises of the magazine too. Maybe we missed something, but otherwise, chime in the usual places, and we'll let you go from there. And thanks, Chaz. Well,
no problem. My phone's about to die.
Good timing. Cool. Maybe we'll get another Zoom in before our subscription runs out. So
absolutely.
So until then, we're going back into the audio land. So see you later, good people out there. Have a wonderful holy hour night, and talk hard.
See you guys later.